And so we say hi again, everybody, and we welcome you to Parents' Night, this last night of the regular season here at Holland Field as the North Farmington Raiders, losers of 5 in a row, play host to the Traverse City Central Trojans, a team that has come in having won their last 7. They lost on opening day, and the Trojans have not lost since. The Raiders, meanwhile, got out to that remarkable start, 3-0. They had outscored their opponents, had scored 49 points in 2 of their first 3 games and 44 in the other. So they had outscored, they had put nearly 150 points on the board through 3 games. And you had to wonder if the Raiders, in fact, were headed for the playoffs and potentially even a state championship. Well, we don't have to tell you. Well, maybe we do. They haven't won a game since the North Farmington Raiders. They've dropped their last 5. So they come into the action tonight with that record of 3-5, as we mentioned. And you would think, out of the playoff race, but not actually eliminated. There's one scenario, and it involves a win tonight over the Traverse City Central Trojans, which would result in North Farmington qualifying for the postseason. They finished with a win tonight, 4-5. We had a chance to talk to the assistant coach and the best high school coach ever in the state of Michigan, John Harrington, and an assistant coach, associate coach here with the Raiders. Talked to him before the game. And he said, "Yeah." I said, "You're out, right?" And he said, "No, if we win tonight, we'll get in." So that's the situation. But boy, what a challenge this one's going to be. Traverse City, we mentioned the record, 7-1. But it's the way they have won. Usually when you think of high school football in metropolitan Detroit, you think about, Birmingham Brother Rice, right? Pretty good team, year in, year out. Well, the Trojans played them 1 week ago and put 56 on the board. In fact, they've scored 56 points in each of their last 2 games, and they've scored 56 points in 4 of their last 6 games. And if you go back 1 game further than that, well, they put 60 on the board. They have outscored their opponents this year by 161 points. They've scored 377, and they've given up 116. And senior night, parent night here at Holland Field, we welcome the North Farmington Raiders, coached by John Herstein, to the field as we get ready for the season finale here tonight. Coach Herstein with a record overall of 19-9, and this very surprising turn of events in this 2021 campaign, which again has seen them lose their last 5. But and as Coach Harrington mentioned when we chatted down on the track that surrounds the field before the game tonight, they could have won each one of those games. They could have. They lost at Oak Park by 6, lost on the road at Rochester by 5. At home against Adams, lost that one by 7, lost at Seaholm by 7. Last week at West Bloomfield, they lost by 14 points, but the game was tied in the 4th quarter. But to all that, Coach Harrington and any coach would say, well, could have, should have, right? It doesn't matter. We didn't get the job done at the end of the day, and they lost all those games. He cited Bill Parcells, the former, he had to point out, he said the former coach in the NFL. Well, I know Coach Harrington. I remember Bill Parcells. And Parcells, Harrington's point was, Bill Parcells said at one point, you are what your record says you are. Coin toss, as you see, at midfield right now, and we'll see how all of that turns out. That's Jasper Beeler, number 3, and number 50 is Jalen Casey. 2 of the 22 seniors who are tonight playing their last game at Holland Field. So the coin toss having been tossed, and I'm off to a rocky start here. So not only did we almost choke 5 minutes, literally 5 minutes before airtime tonight, and I apologize for that, but I did not see the result of the coin toss. I will have to, at least for a few minutes here at the start of the broadcast, until I regain my vocal footing. I'm going to set the headphone down for just a moment here, and bear with me, and I'll be right back with you, okay? for bearing with me here as we get this one away. The season finale, most likely, for the North Farmington Raiders. So Coach Harrington also, he had a I told him I was going to use this on the air. He said I was talking about the distance that Traverse City Central had to travel to come to North Farmington tonight. It's about Google says it's a 3-hour and 56-minute drive. So, 4.5 hours for the team bus to get down there. I was curious if they'd come down, for example, last night. They did not. And Coach Harrington said the reason they've come down to play the Raiders tonight is because they want to practice the trip to Ford Field. And a lot of people think Traverse City Central, they're ranked 7th in the state. And there are a lot of people who think that Traverse City Central indeed may be at Ford Field at Thanksgiving weekend for the high school football championship. So we're about ready to kick it off. As you see, the Raiders, clad in the home brown, will defend the south goal off to our right-hand side, and it's going to be kicked away by Traverse City's Evers Noyes, who was banging him in from over 50 yards, or 40 yards, I meant to say, in pregame warm-ups tonight off a tee. And the Raiders will start at about their own 23-yard line. It was, I thought it was McKay Smith on the return there, but I may not be right about that. All right, let's get ourselves together. We've done this before. And it's 1st and 10 Raiders, not the 23, but from the 28-yard line. So we're about to get ready. We're about to get underway in this battle here tonight. 3rd all-time meeting between Traverse City Central and North Farmington, but the first, curiously, ever in the regular season. First down carry by Josh Henderson.
Tackled by...
And we'll make a note, Henderson, with that first carry. He got decent yardage there on first down. Let's give him a gain of 5 yards out to the 33.
2nd and 5.
So again, the Raiders with the opportunity tonight, but certainly tall odds against the Trojans, a powerhouse. We'll tell you about their quarterback when they get the ball. No gain on 2nd down here, and they're shoving the Raider ball carrier back.
Jasper Beeler on the carry.
And it's Jasper Beeler being helped to his feet. No gain on the play. To bring up 3rd down and 5 for North Farmington. First possession of the football game just underway on this. Well, it's chilly Friday night. It'll be down into the 40s before we're done, maybe into the 40s already. Our high today in Metro Detroit, coldest day we've had of the fall. It just barely did. Beautiful day though. But it just did barely crack 50 degrees. Short drop by Henderson. Fired a bullet over the middle, but incomplete, trying to get it to Tristan Ho. Good coverage by Traverse City. And it'll be 3 and out for the Raiders. They got good yardage on the first down play. Nothing after that, however. And they will have to kick it away. Massimo Scambotti, thinking about it, driving over. Arguably the best kicker in Raider history, gets the punt away, and it's returned out to near midfield. And good field position here for Traverse City. They are led by their quarterback, number 8, Josh Burnham, 6'4", 230-pound senior, who's going to Notre Dame. So that'll tell you something about the quality of player that he is. Burnham with a handoff on this first play and serious yardage right up the gut by Josh Klug. Klug with a first down carry to the Raider 40-yard line. That's a pickup of 11. Traverse City quickly up under center again. High snap to Burnham. Quick hitter off the left side. That's going to pick up 5 or 6 yards. Reed Seabase, the ball carrier, number 5.
Seabase on the carry. Matthews on the
And
tackle.
Seabase to the 36, so it is a pickup of 5.
2nd and 6.
Those Trojans quick to the line. Burnham faked the handoff, just a little dive off left tackle.
Look on the quarterback's name.
And a gain of 3 down to the 33. I'll call it a gain of 2 to the 33.
55 Dooley on the tackle.
3rd and a couple for the Trojans. First possession of the football game. Let's call it 3rd and 3. The line to gain is the 31. Seabase stood up at the line. Raiders are trying to get the football away from him. Can't quite do it. But they stopped the ball carrier. Not Seabase, but rather Josh Klug.
4th and 3.
And that brings up 4th down. 4th and 3. 4th and a couple, actually, from the 33. Everybody on the Raiders' side jumped. There is a flag. Were they drawn off? Doesn't look like so. Nope. First down by penalty for Traverse City.
1st down, Trojans.
So their drive continues. First down now to the 28-yard line. No score in the football game. Just underway, really, here in the first quarter. Nice defense by North Farmington's number 55, David Dooley. Drops Klug for, well, they're going to give him a pickup of 3 yards.
Second and 5.
Actually, a pickup of 5 all the way down to the 23. 2nd down and 5, Seaholm. Their possession began at their own 49, and they've moved effectively here on this. Their first possession of the night. Raiders did a nice job of staying home, and ultimately it's number 50 for the Raiders, Jalen Casey, able to bring down the ball carrier, Carson Bordeaux.
Bordeaux on the carry, Jalen Casey on the tackle.
A loss on the play of a couple. Back to the 25-yard line. 3rd down and 7. They got to get it down to the 18-yard line. Burnham. Late handoff and a against the grain play will pick up that first down. It's Seaborn on the carry. Seabase, I'm sorry, on the carry.
Seabase on the carry.
And he's down inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. The entire flow of that play was moving to the left, and Seabase took that handoff and cut up the seam and ran inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line. 1st and 10 again for Traverse City. They scrimmage at the Raider 13-yard line. Another one of those late handoffs, and the running back Seabase able to spin out of the tackle. Wyland Hall, who usually doesn't miss him, had a good hand on Seabase, but he got away and turns what would have been little or no gain into a pickup down to the 7-yard line. Again, Seabase now trying the left side, and he's able to rumble into the end zone. Touchdown for Traverse City Central. Seabase with the 7-yard touchdown run. To make it 6-0. And the extra point attempt here by Everest Noyes. Kick is up. Kick is good. 7-0 Traverse City Central as they cruise to the end zone.
Score 7 Trojans.
With 7:07 left to go here in the first quarter. So 3-0 for the Raiders and a 51-yard scoring drive by Traverse City Central. And the Trojans have themselves that 7-0 lead. Raiders had one chance really to stop him on that drive when it was a 4th down and 5. Or 4th and 3, I should say. But the Raiders jumped offside. Numerous guys, they got fooled. And when you see multiple guys jump like that, well, you wonder, was it the cadence? Was the offense doing something to draw them offside? Whatever it was, it worked, and the Trojans picked up the first down by penalty, kept their drive alive, and they complete that 51-yard game-opening touchdown drive on the 7-yard touchdown run by Reed Seabase. So the Raiders go back on offense after the kickoff by Noise, which will be fielded down around the 5-yard line. I think that's Henderson. Made one man miss, gets out beyond the 20-yard line. And it was Henderson on the return, and he's number 6. I'm having a hard time reading his number 6. Is it a 6? Is it an 8? We're just having trouble up here in the booth tonight in more ways than one. So 1st and 10 Raiders, as they'll start at their own.
From their own 23-yard line.
Yeah, they'll start at the 23. 7-0. Troy has moved into the lead. The Raiders trying to end their longest losing streak since 2017 tonight. And you just never, ever saw this coming. Again, they started off the season scoring respectively 49, 44, and 48 points in their 49 points in their first 3 games. 142 points for in the first 3 games, and there's the home run ball. Incomplete.
Shelby's intended pass for Beeler.
Shelby trying to find Jasper Beeler, the sophomore quarterback. Ryan Shelby trying to find the star running back for North Farmington this year, and he's also a terrific wide receiver. Jasper Beeler, who's playing he's just one of those 22 Raider seniors here at Holland Field tonight. 2nd down and 10. Shelby will keep it himself, try the left side, and just pick up a couple.
Warner on the tackle.
3rd down and 8. Call it 3rd and 9. That football is right on the 24-yard line. So just a pickup of 1 by Ryan Shelby, and it's 3rd and long here for North Farmington. Shelby looking to step up into the pocket. Can't. He gets flush pressure coming from the backside. Gets the pass away, and it is intercepted. Picked off down there. It's going to be great field position for Traverse City if the Raiders can bring the man down. Carson Bordeaux, who intercepted the pass. A nice athletic play by Bordeaux to pick it off, and he returns down to the vicinity of right on the Raider 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 off the interception. First turnover of the football game. And Traverse City, we'll take a look at her here. The pressure was coming. He couldn't set his feet and sailed it just a little bit. And you see Bordeaux makes the interception, is able to get away from Jasper Beeler, and then really a nifty little return here. And he finally is spun down at the 20-yard line. So 1st and 10 for Traverse City. And on 1st down, they'll pick up 5-6 yards on a carry run up the middle by Josh Klug.
Dooley on the tackle.
Dooley made the stop for the Raiders. And Traverse City coming to that line quickly. We told you they're ranked 7th in the state. Pass deep into the end zone, and a leap. What a nice catch. Leap, you got to admire it. A leaping grab in the end zone by number 25, Dante Williams. And give him credit, and give the quarterback, Josh Burnham, credit as well. I don't believe that to be defensible.
Touchdown, Trojans.
He put it, where he put it, the only guy that could catch it was the wide receiver, number 25, Dante Williams. And it is a 14-yard touchdown toss. It's a 13-0 lead for the Trojans early on here. We were waiting for the holder, Josh Klug, to return to the field, but he's out there now. Everest Noise to attempt the PAT. It's up, and it is Somebody give me a signal here. I missed it. I will have to look at the scoreboard.
Extra point, no good.
Blocked. They blocked it down there. Canty got a hand on it. So it's 13-0. And we'll go back and take a look at this. Watch how well this ball is thrown. Just a quick little two-step drop by Burnham. The defender is right there. That's Danny Brenner, number 34 on coverage. I don't think you can cover any better than that. But Dante Williams he leapt up and he caught it. And you just, okay, 13-0 Traverse City. You have to admire the play. That was a beautiful play at the high school level. And there you see our situation here at Holland Field. We talk about this being the first ever meeting in the regular season between these two teams. They have met twice in the playoffs, and the first meeting came in the state championship game of 1978 when the Raiders were coached by the guy after whom the field here is named, Ron Holland. The legendary Ron Holland got the Raiders into the title game against Traverse City Central, and Traverse City won the ball game 20-14. The other meeting came earlier this year in the playoffs, and the Trojans won that one 50-22. It was played on January 8th. You will recall how the whole season was delayed last year because of the pandemic. What a hit down there. It's Henderson on the return, and he lost his helmet. Tackled by Nate Madian, number 54.
Flag on the play.
And there is a flag. What a hit. So not good field position for the Raiders, who've got to be a little stunned here at the outset. They're going to walk off 15 here against Traverse City. And so the Raiders ultimately will wind up with decent field position out to the 36-yard line.
36-yard line, 1st and 10. Go Raiders.
13-0. Traverse City Central in the lead. Again, the pressure coming. A pass out into the flats goes in and out of the hands of Anderson Sculati.
Shelby's pass intended for Anderson. Sculati. 2nd and 10.
So the down box moves to 2. 2nd down and 10. 5:14 left to go here. First quarter, and already 13-0 for Traverse City. A team, as we mentioned at the top, they've scored 377 points in 8 games so far this year. It is more normal for them to score 50 or more than it is, oh my goodness, than it is for them to score less. And there's a big-time sack is coming in untouched was Josh Klug. That loss is back to the 27-yard line.
It's going to be 3rd and 19.
Timeout Raiders. So John Herstein.
North Farmington.
Let's settle down. Let's gather ourselves here. Seen some big plays already by this Traverse City defense, including this one right here. Keep an eye out for number 2. He's coming around the left side, top of your screen, and nobody put a block on him. And the problem there is not only the loss of yardage, but look at how hard sophomore Ryan Shelby, the now 16-year-old quarterback of the North Farmington Raiders, look how hard he got hit on that play. And now 3rd down and 19. Now, Raiders assistant coach John Harrington. And, when you can walk into a stadium, I'm going to gush again, and just walk up and there's John Harrington standing on the track watching warm up. You can just walk over and shake hands and talk some football. That's pretty cool. I'm just saying, it's pretty cool. And we had a nice visit before the game, but he knew what the Raiders were up against here tonight. He said, when you got a team that puts up 50-plus on Brother Rice, which is what Traverse City Central did last week, he goes, well, you got your hands full. Shelby, nobody open, flushed, running for his life, throws it out of bounds, throws it away. No grounding, though. It didn't go out of bounds. I don't believe it'll be grounding. But it will be 4th and 19.
Complete. 4th down Raiders.
I was telling, you'll like this, I was telling Coach Harrington about a Twitter account that I follow, OAA Jake. And he posts scores of games in progress. I'll check that out tonight and get you the score on the Farmington versus Ferndale game at Falcon Field across town. And Coach Harrington confided in me that, he's still got a flip phone. He's not internet capable on the on the mobile device. And then the thing broke, and he literally can't get it repaired. It's an old technology. And so now he says he's manually, copying down phone numbers and putting them into his new phone and all the rest of it. I can certainly relate to some of that. A good deal of it, actually. But at any rate, we will hop online here tonight and get you scores from around the Oakland Activities Association on this, the last night of the regular season. Raiders at 3-5. They're trailing 13-0 in this one. Here's an elaborate running play down the left-hand side and into open field he goes down the sideline, 20 and 15, and finally pushed out of bounds. The ball carrier's Dante Williams, and it was Landon Canty who finally shoved him out of bounds, but not until he's down inside the 20-yard line.
6-yard pickup. 1st and 10 Trojans.
All the way down to the 14-yard line. 46 yards on the gallop. And a quarterback keeper up the middle. And with the entirety of the Raider defense there, it works out to be a pickup of pretty solid yardage. 4 yards or thereabouts by the quarterback, Josh Burnham. 2nd down and 6. But the 46-yard run there by Williams sets Traverse City up in the red zone again. And they're in the end zone again. Reed Seabase with his 2nd touchdown. And he just went around the left side, and there was nobody there to stop him, nobody there to put a hand on him. And into the end zone he goes. His 2nd touchdown of the football game. And with 3:54 to go in this first quarter, it's going to be, we'll wait for the extra point. It's either going to be 19 or 20-0. Well, they're going for 2. They missed an extra point. Burnham rolling, throwing, and it's good. It's caught.
Bordeaux on the 2-point conversion.
Bordeaux with the reception.
Pass from Burnham. Score is 21. Trojans 0. North Farmington.
So again, 3:54 to go here in the first, and it's 21-0. Mercy. Well, mercy rule maybe. Maybe where we're headed tonight. "46-yard jaunt by Dante Williams, the big play of a short 4-play, 60-yard drive. Well, this has got to be it certainly is the first time that Coach Herstein has found himself, while a coach of the Raiders, down by 21 points in the first quarter of a football game. Early dominance by Traverse City Central, and kick goes out of bounds.
Out of bounds on the kick.
So at least the Raiders will have halfway decent starting position here, but boy, oh boy, they've gone 3 and out twice. They're not in positive territory when it comes to total yardage. They've had an interception, they've had sacks, and it is, as we say, it's very, very early in the football game here tonight. Great to be with you here on TV10 and YouTube, our last broadcast of the year. It always feels like it takes about 10 days to get from the start of the season in late August when we're up here in the booth wearing shorts and a T-shirt because it's 88 or 90 degrees outside and warmer than that in the broadcast booth, until we get to this point. The last game of the regular season, and we're wearing our coats and we've got mittens and a hat to wear in case we need it. because it's fall weather now. It's chilly.
Beeler on the carry.
Jasper Beeler
By number 79.
limited to a single yard on that carry, and Jasper Beeler is not used to that. Outstanding senior running back for the Raiders. His last game here tonight. Jasper Beeler, Landon Kenny, Chike Udemba, Josh Henderson, Tristan Hoke, Chase Reed, Logan Kejbo. The first group of seniors we'll name for you tonight. A lot of guys. We told you 22 of them on that list. Beeler got off his block, takes the screen pass, and it loses yards. Lost about 7.
Beeler, screen pass. Trojans got him on a loss.
Lost exactly 7.
It will be
3rd down and 16.
16.
Well, this is what a good team will do to you. North Farmington faced a 3rd and 19 the last time they had the football, and now it's 3rd down and 16. John Harrington may have been right. Maybe Traverse City Central is using this as a practice trip, so they'll learn the route, the best route to take to Ford Field. Pass was complete, but it picked up but 3 yards. Tristan Hoke on the reception, number 7 down there. 4th down, 16 to go for the Raiders. Well, 4th and 15. He's out to the 35-yard line on the reception. No, check it. I was looking at the wrong stick. But he is out to the 30. It is 4th and 14. Well, I'll tell you what, that putt close to being blocked. They got a good one away. Goes out of bounds, 42, 43-yard line?
Scambotti on the punt.
44 officially on Scambotti's punt.
37-yard punt.
And as you hear on the PA, that's a 37-yard boot. And now Traverse City, 1st and 10 at their own 44. Let's talk a minute about the Farmington Falcons, shall we? Well, we don't have time. Traverse City is going to snap the ball. Remind me to do that later. Because that's a pretty good little story by the Falcons this year. They've sort of been the inverse of North Farmington. Here's a pass complete over the middle to Seabase, and down this middle he goes, and he's going to score. 3 Raiders anyways, in hot pursuit, and he just goes 56 yards for the score. Reed Seabase, his 3rd touchdown of the football game. He was hit in stride by the quarterback, Josh Burnham. A beautiful ball. You got to give him that. It's a 56-yard touchdown, and it is 27-0. We're still in the first quarter. Noise to come out to attempt the extra point out of the hold of Carson Bordeaux. Kick is up, and it is 28-0. You can't believe it. Now, when this score goes out on the Twitters, we'll take a look at how perfectly this ball is thrown. Right there, he's in stride. There's a seam in the defense right up the middle, and look at him turn on that speed. And they just can't catch him. A beautiful pass and a beautiful catch. Beautiful play. Burnham, you can see why this kid's going to Notre Dame, the quarterback for Traverse City. Josh Burnham, 6'4", 230 pounds. He throws a beautiful ball, doesn't he? Through that first touchdown pass into the corner of the end zone. That was caught deep in the end zone. I don't have it in my notes who caught it. But at any rate, that's one of, well, you're going to get lost on a night like this. 1:16 to go in the first. And it is 28-0 in favor of Traverse City Central. I'm going to tell you something. Yes, the Raiders come in 3-5, but remember, each of the 5 losses, they've been close football games against good football teams. I said each of the losses has been by 7. 4 of the 5 have been by 7 or less. the one game, last week's loss to West Bloomfield, it was a 14-point differential. West Bloomfield won that football game last week by 14 points over the Raiders, 30-16, but that was a 16-16 tie in the fourth quarter. My point is the Raiders have they've lost, but they've lost to pretty decent football teams, and the scores have been close. And tonight they're playing a team which is, well, as was said about Ben Hogan playing golf, he's playing a game. They're playing a game with which we are not familiar right now. 28-0 in the first quarter. My goodness. And the Raiders going in knowing that a win tonight would put them in the playoffs. But we knew it was a tall order going in. And here's a loss of 2 or 3 yards on first down and maybe a flag at the end there because Beeler was tossed rudely out of bounds by Josh Klug. But there is no flag.
Looks like a loss of 2.
So second down and 12 here. It's senior night for the Pom-Pom team as well. They'll perform, I presume, at halftime. And I will tell you this, if they do, we're going to have them for you here on TV 10 and here on YouTube. Second and a dozen for the Raiders. Late handoff on the end around to the near side. Milt Coleman trying to see what he can do about picking up some yards, and he does. He gets about 2. And it'll be 4th and 6 from the 24. And if you hear a stretch of silence from the booth tonight, it's because I've been stunned into it. Don't know why I didn't see this coming. They've been scoring plus 50 points a game all year long, Traverse City. But see 28 on the board here and still be in the first quarter. Nice catch across the way for the first Raider first down of the night. The reception across the way by Josh Henderson, and the beauty part of that play was the way he kept his tippy toes in bounds. Made the catch, no defense for that one. And the Raiders on third down gain 9 and have the first at the 34. Shelby rolling. He had a bit of time that time because he was rolling, but watch the footwork here right along the sideline. I think he got them both down, myself personally. First and 10 Raiders. They're at their 34-yard line. Shelby with the give to Beeler, nothing there at all.
Matthews on the carry.
I said Beeler. It was number 2, Rayshon Matthews.
Trojans 20.
Matthews on that carry, and the first quarter comes to an end. And one is tempted to say mercifully enough. 28-0. The visitors from Traverse City in the lead here at Holland Field. Well, there's the whole story of our football game to this point. Reed Seabase has 3 touchdowns in the first quarter, a 7-yard touchdown run, a 10-yard touchdown run, and a 14-yard touchdown, 56-yard touchdown catch. And Josh Burnham has thrown 2 touchdown passes so far tonight here in this first quarter. 28-0. So the Raiders now will move north to south, left to right across your TV 10 screen. And the second quarter will begin. Second down and 9. North Farmington from their 34-yard line. Well, look at that pressure coming. Shelby gets away, gets the pass off, gets it caught down there. Reception for a first down, caught by Milt Coleman. Bill Coleman keeping that thing alive, running what turned out to be a button hook. And Shelby under duress, as he has been all night, escaping that pressure and getting the pass away. Nice job all around on that one. So 1st and 10, North Farmington, and they are at the 45-yard line, their own 45-yard line. Shelby under center I formation, running for his life immediately. What a one-handed grab by Beeler on the screen. And Beeler gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
Shelby to Beeler, stopped by Dobin.
That was a great pass
And a penalty flag
by the under pressure Ryan Shelby, and a great one-handed grab by Jasper Beeler. Flag comes in late, and it all adds up to, no gain on the play. Personal foul against North Farmington is going to cost them 15 big ones. So, what was really a highlight reel play, which you can't often say about a play that fails to gain.
On the Raiders.
But it's a 15-yard penalty at the end of the day.
We'll be on the 28-yard line. Second.
It's actually, it's more than that. It works out to 22 yards because they were at the 45. 17 yards. They're back to the 28 now. And the down counted. So it's 2nd down and 28. So it was a foul, a penalty after the play. And Shelby gets good yardage out to the 36. He'll pick up 8 on that play.
That'll bring a 3rd down for the Raiders.
So 3rd and about 10?
18.
No, I'm sorry. It is 18. So they've had 3rd and 19, 3rd and 12, 3rd and 18 here. Shelby dumps it off to the right-hand side. And the Raiders get it out to midfield. Milt Coleman made a couple of moves after the catch. He'll wind up with a gain of 14 yards out to midfield. Well, they say he's down at the 48. They need to get the football to the 45. So it's 4th down, 7 to go. And down 28-0. Yeah, of course you're going to go for it, right? Coach Herstein says, yes, of course you're going to go for it. Come on, Rich. Clock running as you see. 28-0 Traverse City as you see. And 4th and 8 for the Raiders at their own 48. And a timeout going to be called here by North Farmington.
Timeout Raiders. With 10:15 left in the second, 28-0, the Trojans.
So this is the second timeout being used by North Farmington here tonight in this first half. 28-0. Traverse City has the lead in the football game. The Raiders have 2 first downs total so far in the football game, and they've got they got to pick up 8 yards on this upcoming play to get their 3rd. I was standing down there before the game today. Truth be told, I was hoping to talk to Coach Herstein. But Coach Herstein was not on the field coaching. Imagine. It was during warm-ups, and normally I talk to the coach during the week. I haven't been very good at that the last couple of 3 weeks for a variety of factors that we'll no need to get into here. But that's something to talk. I always have a lovely chat with Coach Herstein, who honestly is one of the nicest guys. I mean, seriously. George Perlis once said during a Monday press conference before Michigan State game, he said, if my son played for Bo Schembechler, I'd sleep well at night, which surprised me, and maybe I'll have a chance to develop that story later on, because I was not a big Bo Schembechler fan until I met him, at which point I said, well, this guy's terrific. But I would say the same of Coach Herstein. It's going to be 4th and 13. Logan Kesmo moved. and immediately realizes his error.
Offside Raiders.
But I would say the same of Coach Herstein. Special education teacher here in the district, and yeah,
Or 4th and 12.
you got to admire a guy like this. State champion wrestler. I didn't realize this. He won a state championship heavyweight wrestler when he was at Fenton High School, captain of the football team at Wayne State. I think he was 9 years at Harrison before he became a head coach here with the Raiders. Been a teacher in the district for some 13 years now. And a good guy. Just a good guy. You'd say the same if you ever had a chance to meet him. But I met his wife and his daughters before the game tonight. His little girl, they're like 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, something like that. On 4th and 11, the Raiders do kick it away. And I just thought, having had a little baby girl, that's the best of the ages when they're 2, when they're 3, and because they're so cute and so fun. And I just thought, what a nice little family, I thought to myself. So, and Lauren was very nice. So it was a pleasure to meet her and the little girls for the first time. I had a lot going on before the game tonight. All because I wanted to talk to Coach Herstein, and I couldn't. So I talked to Mrs. Herstein, and I talked to Coach Harrington. And here they go again. Oh, my goodness, it's Seabase. I don't know if they're going to catch him or not. They're not. Nope, touchdown. 75 yards on the touchdown run by Seabase again, and that's his 4th of the game. And with the extra point here, if they make it, we're going to have 10 minutes to go, 9:56 to go in the second quarter. And it's 35-0. No running clock until you get to the second half. But my goodness. Seabase just goes 75. He got a 56-yard touchdown pass the last time Traverse City had the ball. He's got 2 other rushing touchdowns. 4 touchdowns tonight for Reed Seabase. And 35-0 it is. And the bad news for all the other teams in the Great North Conference. I think that's what Traverse City plays in. Well, no, it's not it's the Big North Conference. Excuse me. He's got another year left, Seabase. He's just a junior. Here it is. 1st and 10 from the 25. And just a little quick hitter right up the gut, right? And, there's a seam there. And now it's a race. And look at the speed on that kid. One of the Raiders, that's Corey Woods, number 44, was gaining ground towards the end, but Reed Seabase takes it all the way. And it's 35-0. Again, I admire these plays. But if I don't sound as enthusiastic as I might, again, it's because I'm sitting here in a state of being stunned. 35-0. I say that with some seriousness. We are a couple of minutes, 2 minutes into the second quarter, and the Traverse City has put 35 on the Raiders. And again, I want to emphasize the point. The Raiders, this is not a bad football team. They're 3-5, but they could just as easily. Your record is what it is. But all those losses were close losses. They could just as easily, be an 8-0 football team. This return out beyond the 25-yard line.
Parpart on the return.
Quinn Parpart
on their own 29-yard line.
With the return. I can hear snippets of the Traverse City radio broadcast going on to my immediate right. We're separated by a window, a glass partition. They're doing a terrific job over there. I mean, maybe we could pipe those guys in. I'll tell you what. Nice. So they made the trip. They're sending it back to Traverse City. If I was at Traverse City Central, I think I'd want my team named the Cherries or some such, right? That for which Traverse City is famed. But they're the Trojans, and they're up 35-0. And the Raiders, shell-shocked. Ryan Shelby fakes the handoff, tries the right side, and he doesn't find much.
Shelby on the carry.
Couple yards, 3 yards maybe on the pickup.
Out of bounds. 2nd and 10 Raiders.
No gain. Try no gain, Rich. Ball's right there on the 28-yard line, second down at 10. The last night of the regular season, and a season that I think Coach Herstein and Coach Harrington and all the others are just going to say what if and wonder what went wrong with this team. Tons of talent, lots of close losses, and then this blowout here tonight. Jasper Beeler was heading in the wrong direction for a while. He'll want to get down on the ground as soon as he can there, which goes against every instinct in a football player's body. And it's a loss of a couple of yards back to the 26-yard line. And no, we're not used to seeing Jasper Beeler going the wrong way. We're used to Jasper Beeler having nights where he scores 4 or 5 touchdowns, which we've seen here on TV 10. But right now, the Raiders might as well be up against some sort of a semi-pro team. The Traverse City Central Trojans are the real deal. Check it out, Rich. 3rd and 12. Just seemed to have taken quite a while for the Raiders to get up to the line of scrimmage here, but now they are. Empty backfield. Shelby's still looking to the sidelines. I think they're going to have to call a timeout, and they do. Well, they were just discombobulated. That'll happen. Well, it'll happen. On this sort of night, it'll happen. It's just been unbelievable. 35-0 in favor of Traverse. We just haven't seen anything like this here at Holland Field. I think, that I can't say ever because Brother Rice, I remember, came in here, 2016 maybe, 2015, and just hammered North Farmington. You almost thought that the game should be called at halftime that night, lest someone get hurt. We are seeing something like that here tonight with Traverse City just dominating. They've held the Raiders to just the 2 first downs. North Farmington with minimal offensive stats to speak of, and Traverse City have scored on each of their possessions so far tonight, and they've just cruised. They've made it look easy. And that's the thing that's most surprising. Shelby, there's the sack, and it's going to be 4th and 1,000,000 again. 77, Brett Weaver with the sack.
They'll bring up 4th down for the Raiders in about 20.
And they put the football at the 16. And there you see it, 4th and 20. Fourth and 20. The line to gain's the 38, so 4th and 22 as they kick it away. And it seems like on every possession for North Farmington, it ends with it being 4th and double digits.
Puck returns by Bordeaux for about
So
12 yards.
halfway decent return there by Carson Bordeaux. And this means Traverse City in great field position again. They'll start this particular drive from the North Farmington 35-yard line. Again, they've scored on every possession they've had so far in the football game. And the drives have not been long. The longest scoring drive was 75 yards. They did that in one play, a run up the middle by Reed Seabase, who scored 4 touchdowns so far tonight. Burnham, he'll try the right side and pick up about 9. Nice shoestring tackle by North Farmington's Tristan Hoke.
About an 8-yard pickup. They'll bring up 2nd down Trojans.
They spot him down at the 27, make it 2nd and 2. And I think Traverse City's called a timeout now. Oh, it's an injury timeout. That's what we have. One of the Raiders going to need a little help getting up. I wonder if that's Henderson, number 6. No, it's number 5. Chike Udemba. So he gets. I hope he's not done for the night. You don't want senior night, parents' night to end like that. And I've enjoyed calling Chike Udemba's name all these seasons. Senior night is bittersweet. We see ball players here that have given us a lot of enjoyment here on TV 10. And you're talking about, it's a team game. You're talking about the whole team, but especially guys like Chike. We've enjoyed watching. Jasper Beeler would be another one. Burnham with the long ball, and it's incomplete just off the fingertips of the intended receiver. The intended receiver being Carson Bordeaux.
For Bordeaux, incomplete. That'll bring up third down.
So third and a couple. $35-0. We're not even halfway through the second quarter here tonight. Third down, 2 to go. It's only the third down that Traverse City has had tonight, and they're going to pick it up and then some, but it's fumbled at the end of the play, and I think the Raiders have the football. Fumbled by Burnham after he'd picked up the first down inside the 20-yard line. And it is recovered by Tristan Hope. Burnham, as he was going down on that play, he coughed it up. It's the first turnover tonight by the Trojans. And North Farmington 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line as a result. Somebody reached in there and knocked the ball free. And for the first time tonight, the Trojans have a possession, and it does not result in points. It does not result in a touchdown. Shelby rolling, being pursued, and he sails it out of bounds on the far sideline, trying to get it to Mill Coleman Jr.
Mill Coleman, incomplete. That'll bring up second down.
Second and 10, and once again it seems to be taking the Raiders a little bit longer than normal to decide upon how to play and get back to the line of scrimmage. I formation with Coleman in motion, far side to near, and right off the snap. It's a handoff up the middle. Well, they fooled me on that one, and they pick up a first down on it.
14 yards.
That's Rayshawn Matthews going right up the middle, the quick hitter, the quick handoff. It fooled the Trojans' defense, too. Was in the backfield, Brett Weaver brought down Shelby. I thought it was a sack. In fact, it was a run up the middle and a first down for North Farmington. 1st and 10, Raiders at the 34-yard line. Raiders came into this one hoping to put an end to their longest losing streak since 2017, a 5-gamer. Doesn't look like it's going to happen. Mill Coleman catches the football. It should be a gain out to the 45 or to the 40-yard line, but they're not going to give him the 40. They'll say his forward progress ended at the 38. So it's a 4-yard gain as a result of that. I thought he'd made the 40 before he got shoved backwards, but sometimes your eyes will fool you. 2nd down and 6. Shelby up under center this time, all the receivers to the right-hand side, and he was fortunate, Shelby, that he didn't hand the football off to a Trojan there. He got the handoff to Chase Reed. I believe that's Chase Reed, number 9. But at the moment of the handoff, he was tackled, and it's a loss of a yard on the play. And when you don't have time to hand the football off on just a basic run play up the middle, Yeah, you're getting outgunned up front. You just look down there and you see the size of these Trojans. And this time Reed loses his footing trying to elude a rush man, and he falls at the 24-yard line.
Warner on the tackle. That'll bring a fourth down for the Raiders.
So it's 4th and long again for North Farmington. 4th and 20 from the 24. They'll have to kick it away. Scambati, a good high, lengthy punt, fielded at the 40-yard line by Bordeaux. Down the right sideline he goes. This could be trouble. Bordeaux inside the 30, cuts inside at the 20, finally brought down at the 16 or the 17-yard line. Logan Kejbo was there to make the tackle, but not until it's returned for 43 yards. And a short field again here on the exchange. Well,
first down Trojans from the Raiders 17-yard line.
The Trojans turn the football over on the fumble by Burnham at the 18-yard line, and following the ensuing punt, they start 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line. Seabase on his feet to the goal line to the end zone, touchdown. 17-yard touchdown by that guy again, Seabase.
On another Trojans touchdown.
And it's 41-0. That's 5 touchdowns. 5 touchdowns in the first half by Reed Seabase. My goodness. Well, I've never seen a guy score 5 touchdowns in a half before. Extra point makes it 42-0. 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Can you believe that? 4.5 to go in the first half. 42-0. 5 touchdowns by Reed Seabase. All I thought I'd be talking about tonight was the quarterback, Josh Burnham. Assistant coach Harrington, before the game, telling me that when they set this game up, coaches meet one another in the offseason at various camps and whatnot. And Coach Harrington was talking to the coach of Traverse City, Eric Sugars. Says he knows his dad. And Coach Harrington's been around long enough to know everybody's dad. And they were talking it over, and Coach Sugar says, "Oh, we just got this one kid who's a linebacker and a quarterback. He's pretty good, but other than that, we're a pretty average team." And Coach Harrington says, "I think maybe we got snookered a little bit." And my goodness, this is a very, very powerful Traverse City team. Return by Matthews. And it doesn't go for very much, down to the 15, 16-yard line sort of thing. So 1st and 10 for the Raiders there, trailing at 42-0. 4:19 to go here in the first half. So
the Raiders going to start on their own 15-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, all you can do now is your best. No gain on first down. At the whistle, the Henderson flipped it, Chase Reed, number 9, flipped it, but the whistle to a teammate. But Matthews can't advance the football because the whistle had already sounded. And I think, charitably, no gain on the play. But it's true. Right now, in a game that's out of reach, and we're still over 4 minutes to halftime. I'm sorry, 3.5 minutes to halftime now. Clock running. All you can do is not quit. And that's hard, easy for Rich Kincaid to sit up here in the booth and say, don't quit. A different story when you're a young man down on the field and you're just getting drilled the way Shelby just got drilled.
Carey, Burnham on the tackle.
And that was Burnham.
Stand corrected, Schmidt on the tackle.
Well, the PA guy now corrects us. It's Schmidt. But Burnham was the linebacker that Coach Sugars told John Harrington about. We got this one good player. It turns out they have more than that. Many, many good players. But Burnham, a force on defense as well as being the quarterback of the Trojans. And again, a kid you'll see on NBC, maybe not this upcoming, maybe not next fall, but maybe the fall after that, he's going to be a Fighting Irish. I've seen a few games at Notre Dame Stadium. It's pretty cool. It's caught by Reed, Chase Reed. But all it does is get the football back in the vicinity of the original line of scrimmage. 4th down and 8, up and coming, and another punt here for the Raiders. 40. I have to glance over at the scoreboard every time I give you the score because it's just my mind is freezing here. I just want to make sure, is that right? Is that the score? And it is. It's 42-0. The mind on this Friday night having a tough time gathering it all in. Fair caught, and Traverse City will start this time from the Raider 45. And that almost, well, I'm not keeping records as closely as I sometimes try to do, but every Traverse City possession except one has either started in Raider territory or within 10 yards of Raider territory. And on the one that didn't, it resulted in a 75-yard touchdown run. But another drive for the Trojans in plus territory, 1st and 10 at the Raider 45. Burnham, little pressure this time. He'll tuck it under. There's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, still on his feet, 45. About a 47-yard carry. That's all that was.
Not after about 38 yards. That'll bring up 1st and goal, Trojans.
1st and goal, Traverse City at the 4. So 41 yards on the carry. My goodness. Burnham fooled me. I thought he kept it. He handed it off and going around the right side untouched. Into the end zone goes Braxton Hill. Well, at least it wasn't Seabase. It's 48-0. We're in the first half, guys. Hill with the 4-yard touchdown run after Burnham set it up with the 41-yard run. And make it 49-0.
The extra point is good. That makes the score 49.
A minute 46 to go in the half. I can guarantee you that this is a record for North Farmington in terms of points allowed in a first half. I would look up the worst defeats in Raider history, and there have not been that many games where North Farmington allowed 50 points in a game, much less essentially 50 points and a half. And as you see, still a minute 48 left to go in this half. Halftime, the Raider Marching Band is here. We saw the pom-pom girls down on the sideline. I presume they will perform. We'll have all the activities for you here at halftime tonight. And then we will return with a Mercy Rule-filled second half. running clock in the second half tonight. I don't remember. Well, it must have happened in that Brother Rice game where we've had a running clock to begin the half. I mean, it's happened. I just don't recall it off the top of my head. And with this resurgent, revamped Raider team we've seen the past 3 years, well, you just don't expect to see it. We didn't. We knew the Raiders were facing tall odds tonight in this game against Traverse City, but we did not expect to see 49-0 in the first half. But that's what we have here tonight. So we know the Raiders moving forward are in good shape at the quarterback position because Ryan Shelby has just been an outstanding young football player. We were flabbergasted early on this season before the season began, and then to see him in action in the first couple of weeks here on TV 10, to see that he was just 15 years old. He's 16 now. He's grown a lot this year, right? Well, not physically, but as a football player. First down pickup of about 5 yards by Reed. But as for the rest of it, I mean, no question about it. Aaron Rice, the best wide receiver, not playing tonight, by the way, injured. He's a senior, so he'll be moving on. And on defense, Wyland Hall, who's been great, and David Dooley, who's been great, they're both graduating. So big holes to fill for the Raiders staff. Reed looking for a hole, finding none. No gain on the play. Third and 6. Clock is running with 40 seconds to go before halftime, and I think everybody concerned here would just like to see that clock run down to 0. Shelby waits the shotgun snap, keeps it himself around the left side, and I think he got the first down. He did. They say the clock shall continue running, and that's going to bring us to triple zeros here at Holland Field. And so with some degree of mercifulness, the first half comes to an end here, and there you see the score, the guests. Traverse City Central Trojans, they've got 49 points. It's not an electronic typo out there. It's 49-0 in favor of Traverse City. What a show they have put on. All right, we're anticipating, expecting, and sure to be guaranteed quite a show by the Raider Marching Band. They're coming up for you next year on TV 10. Along with everything else that's going on at halftime, I will step aside briefly, and we'll be back with you for quarter number 3. All Traverse City tonight. Enjoy halftime, everybody.
I'd like to give a special shout out to our senior pom-pom, Jessica Badol and Leora Kay.
Yeah, come on, jam, yeah, come on, riders, yeah, come on, jam, yeah, come on, riders, yeah, come on, jam, yeah, come on, riders, for real, come on, die, we about to blow, rough riders, we about to blow, take it a lot, we about to blow, man, just don't know, come on, die, we about to blow, rough riders, we about to blow, take it a lot, we about to blow, man, just don't know. That's better stick to the script, cause you know how that shit go. Quick to the flip, dog, hit and don't let go. Kick that shit, yo, wrong or right, we dog for life, and it's on tonight. What? Make money, money, money. My, take money, money, money. Bloodline, get down, cause I love mine. I can put my life on the line at least one time. Y'all gon' make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me go all out. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me act a fool. Up in here, up in here. Y'all gon' make me lose my cool. Up in here, up in here. Line, we bout to blow. Rough riders, we bout to blow. Take it a lot, we bout to blow. Man, just don't know. Line, we bout to blow. Rough riders, we bout to blow. Take it a lot, we bout to blow. Man, just don't know.
And then the white was one of my kids. The white, and it's good he came over here. He wasn't gonna get the run. He wasn't playing to this year. He got 10 plays last year played, and he came right there. So I said, the backup center was we going to 2.
Halftime at Holland Field with the Spirit of North Raider Marching Band. Tonight we take you on a high seas adventure. Drum major, first class, Hannah Meltzer, and assistant drum major, Sarah Monero. Is your band ready?
260 yards and
Featuring original music and show design by J.R. Trimpe. The Raider Marching Band presents their complete 2021 season show, Pirates.
so at this rate they'll get
Offensively. Bernstein's question.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Spirit of North Raider Marching Band. We invite you to hear us perform our 2021 season show one last time next Wednesday night at 7:30 in the Tag Days concert in the North Farmington Auditorium.
The Raiders will kick off to the Trojans to start the second half with a score of 49-0.
Sure. On the right side there, you see the Trojans trotting back onto Holland Field, and the Raiders getting set to kick off left to right to begin the third quarter. We will have a running clock here because it's 49-0. And I checked scores on Twitter at halftime, and I just wonder what the rest of the Oakland Activities Association and really the rest of the high school football world in the state of Michigan makes of this score, 49-0 at halftime, as the Trojans are going to return this kick, and they're going to get, they're going to get real good field position on the return by Dante Williams, who made a beautiful grab of a touchdown pass way back in the first quarter. That was the second touchdown of the night for Traverse City, but it was buried under an avalanche of other scores. They've got 7 touchdowns in this game so far, and they will start their second worst drive start field position of the night at their own 39-yard line, 49-0. Hey, Farmington, the Falcons, and I've been meaning to talk about them all night. They're leading Ferndale at halftime, 14-0, and the Falcons, who started the season at 0-5, before ending what turned out to be a 13-game losing streak, have won their last 3. A win tonight would of course make it 4 in a row, and they'd finish their season at 4-5, and they'd finish their season with the same record as the Raiders, who are going to lose this game, and they'll fall to 4-5 on the year. Oh, I'm sorry, that'll be it. No, they're going to be 3-6. That's right. Raiders have won their first 3, dropped 5. I mean, this is lost tonight. It's going to make it 6, and it's not often on the second or third play of the second half. The second, in this case, second play of the we're talking about it being a certain loss, but it is. It's 49-0. We've got a running clock situation here at Holland Field, but the Falcons, as we say, dropped the first 5, including a loss right here at Holland Field on opening night.
That's 0-8-7-4-8-1-2.
And it was that night that they were defeated by the Raiders 49-6. And then, as we say, they ran their losing streak with 5 straight losses to start the year. Another big gain by Traverse City here down to near the 30-yard line.
Ricardo on the carry, taking out of bounds.
And I did not see the ball carrier. It was Ricardo I hear on the PA. But at any rate,
Number 0-8-7-4-8-1-2.
Falcons are looking for their 4th win in a row tonight and a 4-5 season. And if you'd have made the bet after, 3-4 weeks of the season here that the Falcons would finish better than the Raiders, you'd have gotten some tall odds. So the 2 seasons for North Farmington and Farmington have been mirror images of one another. One team starting hot and the other finishing strong. We've had a change at quarterback for Traverse City, and the new guy's going to score. It's going around the right side, Josh Klug. And he was in it as a running back anyways. I was wondering if he might be lined up in the Wildcat formation there, but he's also listed as a quarterback, and Klug just jaunts 21 yards for the latest Traverse City touchdown, and they're up over 50 points again with that score. It's 55-0 on the scoreboard. You almost wish they would miss the extra point just to keep it a nice number like 55. So Krug around the right side, untouched, unscathed, and it's 55-0 pending. 56-0 with the point.
The extra point is good.
All right, here was another look. Just a little fake handoff. We'll take it around the right side and watch on the top of your screen. There's no Raider near him. I mean, like, at all. So that's an as easy a touchdown run as you're going to see. So the thing is, with the clock running, and there you see it running, we approach 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. So the second half, it's not going to take long, and it shouldn't. It's 56-0. But again, the Farmington Falcons with a 14-0 lead over Ferndale. We'll keep an eye on that score from Falcon Field. But the Falcons with a chance to finish the year on a 4-game win streak. And how about that? You certainly wouldn't have thought it to see them early on this year. They lost at Berkeley 17-7 in the 17-7 in the second week. Then a TV 10 game we had at Falcon Field. It was a great ball game. Troy Athens wound up defeating Farmington 36-35 in overtime. Best game we had on TV all year. Then 2 more losses to Troy and then at Bloomfield Hills, and there were the Falcons at 0-5. But since, they've beaten Royal Oak 33-6, beat Pontiac 50-8, beat beat Avondale on the road 28-24. They've got the lead tonight at home against Ferndale. Here, 56-0, and as you see, the Raiders will start once again deep in their own territory. They're returned by Tristan Oak out to about number 7, about to the 13-yard line or thereabouts. Raiders opening the year with a 49-6 win over Farmington, beat Lake Orion 44-22. We had that one for you here on TV 10. You will recall it was a mercy rule situation in that game as the Raiders put the Dragons on the clock in the third quarter, and only a couple of late garbage time scores by Lake Orion made it a 22-point differential. Then the Raiders, who opened with 3 in a row at home, beat Groves 49-0, and you're thinking, well, this is going to be a pretty good football team. But ever since, they a series of 5 straight losses, and then the blowout loss here in the season finale tonight.
Reed on the carry.
Number 9 is Chase Reed, picking up a couple of first down yards. So Coach Albrecht, you got to give him and the Falcons, it's senior night over there at Falcon Field tonight, you got to give them a lot of credit for hanging in there and getting things turned around as they did. And as we say, an opportunity, a chance tonight for them to finish the year at 4-5. Ryan Shaw up under center on 2nd down, 8 to go. There goes the pitch to Ray Sean Matthews, and that play, I don't know if it's going to gain or not. He's brought down right near the line of scrimmage. I'll tell you what, I have to thank Neil Nielsen for saving my life tonight. Literally. I was choking prior to the broadcast, and he came in and gave me some water, and my windpipe had just locked up. I was taking a pill, and I was trying to take some baking soda actually for some antacid, and it just locked up my windpipe. I couldn't breathe, and I was literally dying in here. And he came in and I needed some water, and he gave it to me, and it passed. So I don't really know what to say other than thank you, Neil, for doing something, noticing, and then doing something about it. It was a little scary for me there. I'm not kidding. I couldn't breathe. I was concerned. So thank you, Neil. It is especially good to be with you tonight. Holy cow. We almost didn't have a broadcaster tonight. They would have carried on, right? Oh, my. Well, a lot of moves there on the return by Braxton Hill. And he's tackled by Kedgebo at, 45-ish. Their own 45. Clock running here with 3:45 to go in the third quarter. And a 56-0. 56-0, gang. My goodness. We've got, if you see an unusual number of striped shirts out there tonight, we have a 7-man crew tonight. Normally 5, but we got 7 tonight. That would be the full complement. If you're playing in a state title game or a regional final, for example, you'd have 7 officials. But we've got them here tonight for this clash between Traverse City Central and North Farmington. Lopsided affair that it is.
Move on the carry. Taken down by.
And again, realistically, one didn't think that North Farmington had much of a chance tonight when you looked at the record Traverse City had put up this year, but neither did you expect a 56-0 score in the third quarter. You did not expect to see a running clock. You did not expect to see 49-0 at the half. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Traverse City Central, they're the real deal. They have gone to Josh Klug, the backup at quarterback, tonight. They did so to start the second half. Coming around the near side is Alex Bocardo. And that's like a standard play tonight for Traverse City as he picks up 20 yards.
After another Trojan first down.
So 1st and 10 after the pickup of 20. And that has been more the norm for Traverse City tonight than the exception. 1st and 10, 35-yard line. Already approaching 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. And this time the Raider defense is stout. Tristan Hoke putting the tackle on Jake Van Horn for a loss of a yard. There have not been many tackles for loss by the Raiders in this football game, and that might be the first. So 2nd and a dozen. Can you see 78 in your picture there? 79. Look at the size of those guys. 79 is Anthony Hicks pulling. He's listed at 3 1/4. 6'1", 3 1/4. Number 78, James Howard. 5'10". He's over 300. There's just no way for the average high school kid to be able to block somebody who weighs 3 1/4. There just isn't. So that's, I would say that's a big part of the story here, wouldn't you? My goodness, no wonder they're gaining all these yards. I'm surprised it took me this long to figure it out. But no wonder they're getting these gains. You can't, we can't get past that. Look at that guy. 2 guys on that O-line at 300 pounds plus 3 1/4. I have wondered for the past several years, when you look at the size of football players, I go back to my teenage years, okay? And it was the purple people eaters for the Minnesota Vikings, Carl Eller and all the other 3 guys I can't remember their names of because I started to talk about them. But the most famous defense in the NFL in the 70s.
That brings up the end of the third quarter. With the Trojans 56, Raiders 0.
As we find out that it's 28-0 for Farmington over Ferndale, and they're in the third quarter. Maybe going fourth over there as well. So how about that? The Falcons likely to finish with 4 straight wins. At any rate, Carl Eller and the Purple Beetle, Jim Marshall, if you give me a half hour, I'll remember all the names. They were like 260, 265, 270 maybe, was pushing it. Okay, and they were big. Those were big men in the National Football League in the 1970s. Now, players in the National Football League, it's not uncommon for them to weigh 80 or 100 pounds more than that. All right, to go at 330 or 340. And I wondered at some point, genetics being what they are, will we at some point see the 400-pound football player, a guy who's got that kind of size but can still move? And I'm thinking probably. Maybe not in my lifetime, but at some point you can have 400-pounders out there. So at any rate, as the quarter ends, it's 56-0. The Raiders holding the Trojans to a mere 7 points in the third quarter. And so they trail at 56-0 here. And nobody likes to get spanked like this. But if I were the Raiders, I would not hang my head. This is a very, very good football team. I'll actually be surprised if they don't win a state championship. And you just look at the size of those young men down there. Well, it's very impressive. And that's what shows up in the score.
Brewer on the carry, taken by
So it appears Traverse City here on 4th and 2 is going to punt the football away. No, I'm sorry. It's a first.
down.
Oh, that was a 4th down play. There we go. So the Raiders will take over on downs at the 26-yard line, 1st and 10. And I wonder, I'm peering down there to see if Ryan Shelby's come back out, and he has, number 14, at quarterback for North Farmington. Flanked by a running back on each side. Shelby retreating to pass and running for his life again. Nice little move, some escapability. We've seen that this season from Ryan Shelby. But he's going to lose yards on the play as he's taken down at the 12-yard line.
Shelby on the keeper.
Ended up losing about 15 on that play.
Adams on the tackle. Also about 12. That'll bring up 2nd down and about.
He's marked down at the 13. Loss of 13 on the play. So they got to get it to the 39 for a first down. Or I'm sorry, the 36 for a first down. They're at the 13. And again, that size up front for Traverse City is, well, it's such a big factor. Their bigness is a big factor. Fumble, look out. Rayshon Matthews picks it up, going to be dragged down before he can get back out to the 10. Dropped at the 9, a loss of 4 yards. 3rd down and 30. Or not 30, 28. Let's keep it official here. They got to get to the 36 and they're at the 9. I know that sounds like 27 to me too. Let's say the ball's at the 10, which is where it is. Let's settle on 3rd and a long, long way. And it's for a night with a running clock. It's been a long night here at Holland Field. We're approaching 9 minutes to go in the football game. 56-0 Traverse City. As we're in mercy rule conditions here. Did somebody call a timeout? I think so. North Farmington did. So third down. And the scoreboard says 27. So there you go. 3rd and 27. As they say, the ball is at the 9. Normally, of course, we promote our next game, but that won't be till next August. The season's over as of tonight. Falcons, the Farmington Falcons, in the other game of the district tonight, leading Ferndale 28-0. How about those guys? Again, looking to end the season with a 4-game win streak, as they had run their losing streak into this season to 13 games dating back to 2019. They were winless last year, which I don't put a great deal of stock in because of the whole pandemic situation. Nothing about 2020 felt right. But they lost 8 in a row heading into this season, dropped their first 5, the Falcons, to run the losing streak to 13, but now they've turned it around with 3 straight wins, and they are leading 28-0 in their season finale. Shelby at his own goal line dumps it off to Matthews, and Matthews is smacked down for a loss of a couple of yards. Hit hard by Chase Adams. So now it's 4th and 28.
Chase Adams. That brings up 3rd down.
There's a flag down there. And it's going against the Raiders, half the distance to the goal line.
Offsides Raiders.
They were offside, so that was no play. So it's going to be third down. Third down and 31. But the down box says fourth. And the punt team is out there. Scambati deep in his own end zone here. One of the Raiders runs out late, now runs off the field. Low snap. Scambati's punt. Bouncing around at the 35, and it will be down there. So we're down to 6:40, clock running. And Traverse City will take over at the 35-yard line. 56 to, wow.
Trojans ball. First
Somebody should take a picture of that scoreboard because you don't see that one every night. So for Traverse City, this will be the sixth time this season, sixth time this year that they've scored over 50 points in a game. In fact, it'll be the fifth time, unless they score before the end of the game, it'll be the fifth time this year that they've scored 56. Timeout's been called on the field with, the clock's still running. A timeout was called, but they've not stopped the clock, which I think is just as well. It'll be the fifth time this year that Traverse City has scored 56 in a game. In one other game, they scored 60. They came into the game with a point differential of 261. So that's going to increase. Well, I'm going to have to do the math. Well, unless you can tell me real fast what 56 plus 261 is, and it's 317. So they've outscored their opponents by more than 200 points this season. 317 to 116. Outscored their opponents by 200 points. There's a sack by the Raiders.
Myers
Joseph Myers took that snap, and he got swarmed under.
taken down by Casey.
And it's a loss of 8 in the second and 18.
That'll bring up second down for the Trojans.
As we hit 5 minutes to go. And it again, with the running clock, you should just look at your watch and see it's heading on towards 9 o'clock, and it's going to be 5 minutes closer than it is now to that, and this game will be over. It'll be over not in 5 minutes on the clock, but in 5 minutes elapsed time. Jake Van Horn, the ball carrier there, for a few.
On the carry for about 8.
Gets back pretty much to the original, well, close to the original line of scrimmage. Let's call it third and a dozen.
That brings up third down and about 12.
One last look at the Pom team. Great show at halftime. They've been great. It's senior night for them too, right? It's parent night for them as well. So they've gathered up for a nice group photograph all the memories. As the clock winds down on the 2021 season. So it's been great, by the way, to be back in the booth with you all. So it'll be 4th and 10 on that after that little carry. And hopefully, if I don't choke myself, well, we hope to be back in 2022, next fall. We already look forward to that, but it really has been, well, it's beyond my ability really to put into words. I know it sounds corny, but it's true. I was a little choked up on opening night to be back here at Holland Field, back on TV 10 with everybody. We worked out of the studio last season. I will never forget the job everybody did to get us on the air. It really went much more smoothly than I certainly expected it would, and you know, it's a great crew. The adults and the students, everybody. And I'd name all the names, but I know I'd just get choked up. So, thank you, crew. Turnover on downs by Traverse City here, and the clock continues to run. We're down to 2:45 left to go in the season. 56 to nothing. There you go.
10 for the Raiders with about 2:40 left to go.
So just a couple of minutes left, and it'll all be over. Coach Herstein was hoping to win his 20th career game tonight. Instead, he will lifetime fall to 19 and 10. And the Raiders will improbably finish the campaign at 3-6. And again, the last score we had showed the Falcons leading Ferndale 28-0 in the fourth quarter. They are likely, therefore, to win that game and will finish at 4-5. Quite a turnaround for Coach Albrecht and the fellows. And the Falcons have increased their lead to 34-0. The extra point pending at Falcon. They're going to win. If they make the extra point, that'll be a running clock situation at Falcon Field. What might be, well, it won't be the last carry of the season, but that was number 10, Jaden Taylor, with probably his first carry of the year. The seniors we didn't name earlier in the game. Stambati and the great place kicker, maybe the greatest place kicker in Raider history. Blake Ingram, Mekay Smith, Amari Lee, D'Angelo Birdie, Danny Brenner, Patrick Brooks, Jalen Casey, Wyland Hall, David Dooley, Dwight Walker, Julius Schrum, and Seth Scott. Nice run here for North Farmington.
Van Horn on the tackle.
That was Taylor on the carry. All the names we mentioned just a moment ago, graduating members of this football team, 22 of them in all. So big holes to fill for Coach Herstein and the gang. And who knows what's in the pipeline. As we down to half a minute to go, so this likely will be the last snap of the season. Shelby out there from start to finish with the give to Taylor, and he'll grab a couple 3 yards. 3 yards officially on the last play of the season. Clock is at 15 seconds, and they're just going to let it wind down here. And it's going to be a rout here for Traverse City Central, or will they? 4 seconds, 3, 2. No, I don't think they're going to snap it. That's it. There's the whistle. And this game is it's over, and it was a stunner in its own way. We didn't expect. We knew the Raiders were up against a very big challenge here tonight in Traverse City, but we did not expect it was that big a challenge. But Traverse City Central, the Trojans came in here and just dominated every facet of the football game, scoring at will, stuffing the Raiders and everything they tried to throw at them on offense. And it was just, 49-0 at halftime, right? So anyways, it's a disappointing end of the season for North Farmington in what turned out to be a surprisingly disappointing season. They finished 3-6 after beginning the year 3-0. So Coach Herstein and Assistant Coach Harrington, all the rest of them will put their heads together and hope for better things in 2022. They're going to work hard, you know that, in the offseason. The two teams shake hands at midfield. Good luck to Traverse City in the state. I hope they win it. I really do. After what we've seen here tonight, I'll be pulling for them. They're a very talented team, and they showed it here tonight. So on behalf of our TV10 crew, signing off for the last time in 2021, I'm Rich Kincaid. 56-0. Traverse City wins it, and we'll see you when we see you. Good night, everybody.